Hello, this is Dennis Connolly, your Den at the Door. And with our producer and director and audiovisual expert, Laddie Chapman, we're coming to you this year from Jacksonport, Wisconsin. Jacksonport, Wisconsin for their 21st annual Polar Bear Plunge. Here in Jacksonport, a small town on the eastern seaboard of Door County, originally a lumbering town, but today it regains its fame as the greatest polar bear plunge in Wisconsin. You know, Jacksonport has many similarities with a town that's well known in Canada called Churchill. Churchill, Canada, this time of year on the Hudson Bay, the polar bear migrate to, and it attracts great numbers of human beings who want to witness this migration as they find their way into their winter quarters. Here in Jacksonport, shares that kind of behavior that we see with Churchill, Canada. And we have some very active polar bear here. I have to be a little careful with their movements, but they basically are well-behaved polar bear, and they're good examples for all the people who want to emulate their behavior and jump in the lake this afternoon. Here we are in Jacksonport, and people are preparing for the polar bear plunge. And one of the nicer aspects of this polar bear plunge is an organization in Sturgeon Bay in Door County called Feed My People.
Feed My People and Clothe My People.
And Clothe My People, yeah. Thank you. And what they're doing today is collecting foodstuffs to help them on their mission. We have with us one of the principal people in Feed My People and Clothe My People, Tom Young. And Tom, would you mind telling us about the organization and what you're doing today?
Well, Feed My People is an organization that helps the needy in all of Door County. And we'd like to thank the polar bear people for inviting us each year. And it's just a wonderful thing that they do, and people... Oops, I just thought maybe somebody was bringing some more things.
Yes.
Not yet. But it looks like a beautiful day today, too, for the polar bear swim.
It's a wonderful day, yes it is. And are these people contributing? Can you come over and say hi, please?
Okay.
Please, thank you.
So,
and we have with us your name, please.
Maura Vasquez.
Maura, beautiful name.
Thank you.
And you're contributing to the Feed My People and the spirit of the polar bear.
Yes, that's
right. And you've brought a very large bag of foodstuffs. Can you tell us some of the goodies you brought?
Well, it's just a lot of different stuff. I don't really know the names of the food in English.
Yes, that's fine.
But we know that it's food that anybody can use. And,
that's right. It's a very good organization, and they seem to be doing a great job. More people in Packer jackets and the Ice Age hat. They're dropping off foodstuffs. Thank you, sir. And his bathrobe, which he wears out only on days like today. And your name, sir?
Pedro Vasquez.
Pedro? Good to see you, Pedro.
Yeah, he's
yes.
the one going in.
All right, Pedro. We'll be watching for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
And your daughter? Is that your daughter?
That's right.
Yeah. Hi. What's your name? ¿Cómo se llama?
Edith.
Edith, what a pretty name. Yes. I like your coat.
Thank you.
Are you going to be going in the water?
No.
I didn't think so. Let's keep your feet nice and warm, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
And that's what we hope, and that's what we hope is going to continue for the rest of the morning. People like that bringing lots of food for us. It's at this time of the year, Feed My People is really down on foodstuffs because of our Thanksgiving and Christmas, where we do meals at Thanksgiving and Christmas time, so it's really wonderful to see people helping us resupply our pantries.
Tom, this is beautiful, and what a beautiful start this is off to, and what a great spirit of the day. People going to test themselves in the water, and people having the charitable giving spirit for the community.
Thank you, folks.
Yes, can you tell me if someone needs the help of Feed My People, how they would get a hold of you?
We're always looking for volunteers. All they have to do is stop in and say, hey, we'd like to help.
Good, and that's a volunteer. And the people who may be in need of these foodstuffs, for example, the Jiffy fudge.
All I have to do is call down to Feed My People, and all they need to do is tell us that they're hungry.
Do you happen to know the phone number, Tom? Or
Not offhand.
but it's in Sturgeon Bay.
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much, Tom. Enjoy the day, and thanks for doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
God bless. And here we are with 3 participants, I believe 2 passive participants, and one active, 2 active participants for the polar bear plunge. And your name, ma'am?
Carrie Champagne.
Hi, Carrie. And your name?
Calvin Champagne.
Calvin. And your name, sir?
I'm Shen Lu.
Chen Lu. How do you do, Chen? And Chen, something tells me that you're from very far away. Is that correct?
From the outside of the world. That's
the other
China,
side of the world.
Yeah.
And what part of China?
South China.
South China. And what brought you to Jacksonport?
I come here to study, and I just come with to here.
Yes, to Jacksonport.
Yeah.
And what do you think your mother and father and friends back in China might think of you jumping on a frigid day into this great frigid body of water called Lake Michigan?
They may not believe it.
Besides not believing it, what do you think they will think of your wiser judgment?
I think I'm brave.
Brave is truly a great description.
Yeah.
And we'll plan to get video of this, and it'll be on Channel 19. And if you can pirate that, perhaps we can get it back to China, and it could be another great export of China.
Yes, that's true. Thank you too.
Thank you very much. God bless. Thank you. And here we are with one of the distributors trying to help keep people warm at this polar bear. And your name, sir?
My name is Nick Hetcher.
Hi, Nick. And tell us about what you're doing for the people here, and about your coffee, and about the products you're distributing.
Well, as you can see, we've got the world's first healthy coffee. We're actually distributors of it, and we just try to get it out into the hands of anybody we can.
So tell us why this is a world, besides keeping people warm who are trying to destroy themselves and become hypothermic here. Why is it a healthy coffee?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the main reasons people are told to stop drinking coffee is because of the caffeine in it. A lot of people are switching to decaf. To turn it to decaf, they use a chemical process. It's not very good.
Formaldehyde and so forth,
exactly.
yes.
So it's not very good for you in the first place. Secondly, we've got 165 antioxidants, which work to help your body really work for itself.
And you're actually 70 years old, but have been drinking this coffee for a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Actually,
guess
73.
It's working quite well, and
Sure
and
is.
your mother and grandfather are thankful as well.
Well, yeah, they're about 300 now.
Yeah, good. No, it's
still kicking.
But okay, well, if we'll come back after I freeze down there and have some of your coffee. Hope there's
Great.
some
We'll be glad
left.
to give you some free.
Great.
So.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah.
Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Thank
You too.
And here we are with Brad Bly, and Brad is the fire chief for Jacksonport. Yes. And how large an area do you cover here, Brad?
Well, we're just the township of Jacksonport, 36 square miles.
All right, well, that's good coverage. Population, do you think?
We're around 570, 770.
770. So it's pretty spread out. Yes. And today, what is your function here at the Polar Bear Plunge?
We're just here for safety. We're just making sure people get in and out of the water safe. Usually, we have more to deal with than what we have today. We usually have ice and snow, but we're...
Yeah, it's a beautiful day.
It's a real nice day.
Do you think the currents seem to have calmed down a bit?
Yeah, the wind has died down, and it's a wonderful day.
It is wonderful.
Yes.
Do you feel there's any undertow factor to worry about?
No,
Good.
No,
okay.
It's really shallow.
Yeah.
It's shallow, probably out 200 yards.
Wonderful. So, what is the strategy of the fire department today? I see some men in wetsuits, some people.
Earlier,
well placed.
Earlier today, we were just out with our boats, exercising our boats, and what they'll do is just make a perimeter at the time of the swim, and they will just watch.
Yeah.
And we will not let any swimmers beyond them, and just watch that everybody gets out and gets in.
Good plan.
Yeah.
And it's. Do you have any idea the potential number, or what have been some of the numbers in previous years?
We're
Do you
talking
remember?
500, 600.
Wonderful.
One year it was 800.
Wonderful.
So
Today, with such a beautiful day, it could take those who are inhibited and a bit cautious
it
and
could
bring them out.
Yes, it could.
See the wonders of Jacksonport Beach in the wintertime. Wonderful. So tell me, why is this fire truck yellow and the tradition seems to be red, and who makes those choices?
That's a long story. That goes back to the beginning of the department.
No kidding.
We
yes.
were a department that we were hooked up with Egg Harbor.
Uh-huh.
And Egg Harbor has yellow fire trucks.
Yes, for the egg, of course.
And over the years, Jacksonport split off from Egg Harbor and went on our own.
Very nice.
So
very striking fire trucks. Very nice. Good. Well, I appreciate talking with you, and may you enjoy this day, and may it be a safe event for all involved.
Thank you.
Thank you. And here we are with two potential polar bear S's who are intending to take this plunge today. And your name, ma'am?
Kirsten.
Kirsten, and yours?
Jeannie.
Jeannie. And what drew you to the Jacksonport Polar Bear Plunge today?
Just for fun. It's a beautiful day, sunny beach. Yep. No snow.
I think we're a little bit crazy.
I think perhaps more than that, and so are the people back there. You know, we've heard so much about real polar bears being endangered. Do you think the people who make this plunge today will be endangered as well?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And you were mentioning something about doing 2007 crazy things during this year, and this is the beginning.
Yes.
Very good.
5 things a day.
I like your bullets. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I wish you well, and
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Have a great day, and have a good plunge.
All right.
Thanks.
We will.
Good to yourself. Here we go. And here we have a fellow I'm well familiar with, but of course have forgotten your name already.
That's okay. I forgot yours, Tom.
Dennis Connolly. Tom.
Hey, nice
Good
to
to
meet
see
you,
you, buddy.
Dennis.
Good to see you. And I see you're proud of wearing that C on your chest, as I've seen in many years before, as you've polar beared here.
Yes, sir. Win, lose, draw, or suck. I'm still a Bear fan.
Yeah, I know. I know how it works, and I know how the Packer season has gone this year. What a miraculous evening that was.
Brett had a great game. I really hope he comes
We're
back.
happy for him.
Yeah.
We're happy for him. So, you know, we know that the polar bears, as we've discussed, are becoming extinct, or at least we're concerned about that for the potential of global warming. And do you think that today's conditions here, without ice and ice shelf and the frozen slush going into, is evidence of global warming as well?
I definitely agree. There's some issues going on with global warming. If we don't do something soon, that before we know it, it's going to be gone.
Yeah, and but we'll enjoy today nonetheless, and enjoy the sun and the spirit of the day. And here we have another happy group, adventurous group, ready to take the polar bear plunge today. And your first names, please?
Jake.
Angie.
Matt.
Nikki.
Megan.
Jason.
Eric.
Sean.
And are you all going in?
Yeah.
Yes, unison.
That's really crazy.
Yes, well, that's highly detectable. And where are you all from?
Brookfield.
Germantown.
Menominee Falls.
Germantown.
Germantown.
Menominee Falls. Menominee Falls.
Same neighborhood.
Germantown.
Okay. And what drew you to Jacksonport?
New Year's.
New Year's.
All right. Do you have family up here? Or?
No, we're staying at the Waterbury.
Wonderful. Good.
Party here. That's
Yeah,
what
we
you
party.
Yeah, this is it. This is the place. Yeah. And we know how to end the party too with this great thing. So, is this your first polar bear experience?
This is my first.
And how about you?
Nope.
Nope. You're a veteran?
3 times.
A 3-time, a tray bear, they call him, the tray bear, and you still haven't come to your senses.
No.
Can you describe to your friends what kind of bodily changes to expect as you jump in the water, and did you ever recover?
You recover, yeah, but you don't don't breathe at first because of the shock.
Yeah. So you're all looking forward to that.
We're excited.
Well, that's an excitement level. Good, 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 good. Well, we wish you all well, and more of your friends from Germantown and Brookfield are here, and it looks like it's a beautiful day for this. Most years you're into slushy, and you're slip sliding over the ice, but today it's a beautiful day. We're just a light breeze, the currents are low, and the sun is bright, and I know everybody's going to have a wonderful time. So thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey.
And here's a familiar old soul, and your name, sir?
Santa.
Santa, and is that a good clause for behavior, do you think?
I've been a good boy this year.
I hope so. Whatever happened?
Like you.
Well, somebody, you know that, don't you? That's it.
I see everything.
Well, they said naughty or nice, and I didn't know if there was a choice. And
Santa can be both.
yes, good. And the your eye doctor, is he usually pleased at doing an exam with those unusual eyes?
He says the results are getting better.
You think? And the operations worked?
Well, one of the eyes works.
Yeah,
the other one's still a little crossed.
Yeah, it's a good look. It's a very good look. And where are you from, Santa, besides the North Pole?
Egg Harbor.
Egg Harbor. And
Second year. I brought my rookie friend Ed with me this year.
Rookie
He's
Ed,
scared
they
to
call
death.
him.
He's over on the bench shaking like a dog.
Good old R.E. Well, in this cold, it's good to shake, I think.
This isn't cold. You should be in the North Pole.
I know. And so all the elves, and they've been treating you well?
They're resting. They've had a long holiday season.
You've been a hard taskmaster, they tell me.
It's tough to come here and have fun after the experiences that I've had all the last couple of nights.
Oh, I'm sure, but everybody's very thankful to see you, and perhaps will be a little...
I'm happy to be here, and I'm going to bring cheer and goodwill to all.
It's here. We feel it, brother.
And good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And here we are again at Jacksonport, standing on the very beach. We're witnessing the old pier pilings way out in the lake. This very lake that brought lake schooners and later lake steamers through this area to collect wood. Jacksonport originally was founded in the 1860s by Hibbard and Reynolds, and later a guy named Jackson, who was a prominent businessman here. Their chief activity at that time was lumbering, but as you can see, today the chief activity is going to be fumbling into the water, and they're all looking forward to it. These people have come from China and Egg Harbor and Sturgeon Bay and Green Bay and all foreign parts like that, and they're going to be jumping in this water on this beautiful New Year's Day 2007, and starting the year right with a challenge to their bodies and a shock to their spirits, and kind of a cold baptism of commitment to do well in the coming year and enjoy life and be thankful for what they have in this beautiful environment of Door County, and witnessing and experiencing Lake Michigan in a very difficult fashion, but not as difficult as previous years, of course. Go.
You need a muffler?
And here we are with some of the other participants in this glorious day of polar bearing here in Jacksonport. And your name, sir?
John Lowell.
Hi, John. And where are you from, John?
Sun Prairie, Wisconsin.
Sun Prairie. And how did you find out about Jacksonport and get all the way up here for this event?
Well, we've been coming up here every year to celebrate New Year's with good friends, and this became a new habit last year.
And I think you've had that hat on since last year, haven't you,
I haven't
John?
taken it off.
I'm glad you haven't. It's screwed on, and there's nowhere for it to go.
That's right.
And so, what are your aspirations for today? What is the main goal of this celebration for you?
To relieve my head from the pain I'm feeling.
And And the pain didn't start until I started talking to you. Is that correct? Yeah. Well, some people have to admit that, and it's okay. You have a group of how many people?
Let's see. There's 6 of us.
6 jumpers.
And you're all going in?
You betcha.
We're all from the Madison area.
Yep. And Miss You Betcha, you're a Wisconsin fan as well?
Absolutely.
And I see that. Beautiful earrings. And your name?
Julie.
Hi, Julie. And I like your lays around your neck.
Thank you. And this is Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Bob is kind of shy.
Bob's our mascot. Bob is Who's going in with Bob?
Oh, Bob always goes with me.
I see. Well, he appreciates beauty, and why shouldn't he?
Oh, you're so kind. Nice way to start the
Yes, it is. And Bob's in the house. Now, what started the Bob tradition, or is he just your
Bob's
best?
actually born on Madeline Island.
Very good.
Bob
And
gets around.
beautifully done. And what's Bob's girlfriend? Roberta?
Betty.
Betty.
Betty's in the bag.
In the bag. I can. Lofty heights. And hi, Betty. Yeah. Toothpaste. Toothpaste. Very good. Very good. Well, I think this will go on public TV very well, air for the National Geographic station, perhaps, especially with rarities of Door County. Here they are. No, could be. I hope so. Good talking to y'all.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the 21st annual Jacksonport Polar Bear Swim. What a fantastic day we have today. I hope nobody gets sunburned today. Let me give you a little bit of information before we get ready. We are about 28 minutes from swim time. I just took the water temperature. The water temperature is a balmy 38 degrees. And interestingly enough, that's the same temperature as the air, so we shouldn't feel any difference. Air and water, both 38 degrees. Now, a few things. Those of you that haven't had a chance to register, please do so. There's no fee, but we'd like to keep an idea as to how many people are here. I also understand from registration that there are some folks here from as far away as New Zealand and Australia. And to you folks, I'd like to say, good day, mates. All right, we'll be going in. I'll give you periodic updates. One thing, swimmers, when you go in today, the first 15 feet or so, there are quite a few rocks. So be careful during your first entry into the water that you don't step on or trip on a rock. Obviously, ice is not going to be a problem this year. Once we get closer to the swim time, I'm going to ask all those of you that are non-swimmers to please move outside of the yellow tape. Only the swimmers will be in here as they get ready to go into the water. Those of you that are interested, there are various polar bear items, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and other things for you to see as a memento and a souvenir to show your friends that you did indeed join the Polar Bear Club. A little bit about the Jacksonport Polar Bear Club. This is, as I said, the 21st year. It was started 21 years ago by a 13-year-old boy going in all by himself. Obviously, in 21 years, it has grown a little bit, and our research on the internet shows that this in Jacksonport may be one of, if not the biggest in the entire country because of the numbers we have. And you guys are part of it. For those of you that want to see the website, you can go to doorbell.net/PBC, or if that's too much to remember, just go and Google Polar Bear Club, and you'll see the Jacksonport Polar Bear Club. I think it's the 4th one down. Number 4 on the list, but number 1 in our hearts. We are the best. Okay, I will give you another update in about 10 or 15 minutes. Otherwise, enjoy the day.
And here we are again at the 21st Annual Polar Bear Club in Jacksonport, Wisconsin. And we're with perhaps the most famous of its organizers, Joe Jarish. And Joe, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. I'm just marveling at this wonderful day we're going to be having.
Oh, it was a great day for a great night for Brett last night. And I see you're carrying on the tradition with the
Oh, you bet. If Brett can do what he did for us last night, Mother Nature must be a Packer fan because she's given us this kind of a day.
I think that's obvious. It's very obvious. And so tell me, are you going to wear the hat into the water, Joe?
No, the hat is just for visibility purposes when I'm on the ladder. When I go in, the robe comes off, the hat comes off, and in I go.
And a dashing figure you will be.
Well, I don't know about the dashing, but I will be a figure.
You will be dashing into the water.
Yeah, that's very true. I'll be dashing into the water.
Most years you've had from 600 to 800 people here. What do you think the turnout will be?
Well, I'm guessing, as I just took a look around from the top of the ladder, I'm guessing those numbers are going to be pretty much holding true as they usually do.
Yes.
Because it's so crowded, it's very hard to get an accurate account. So we pretty much just make a guesstimate based on the registrations that we get. Usually our registrations are probably the most thing, and we figure that probably there are about 10% of folks that don't register, so we usually add a 10% number onto the registrations.
Good figuring. And like do you think our U.S. Census Bureau does the same thing?
Well, they may not be quite as accurate as
probably not. What do you think? I've attended this for the past 4 years and enjoyed meeting you and the staff here. Besides, do you think it's the warm personality and the friendliness of the people, this beach? What do you think draws such great numbers and such great spirit here to Jacksonport?
Well, I really think, and we've talked about this, that word of mouth is a big factor. We've got a fella does it and he tells his friends, and so that sounds like fun, I'll do it for you next year. One of the things I think really makes the biggest difference, Dennis, is the fact that everybody goes in at the same time, and that countdown from 10 down to 1 gets the adrenaline going. And I really think the fact that everybody can go in at the same time really makes a difference because it develops a camaraderie. And I've noticed now as I've walked around, people haven't seen each other till last year, renew friendships where they may only see these people here at the swim. So that kind of relationship really seems to add to the excitement and the fun of the swim.
Kind of a communal freeze.
Exactly, very much so. Very few people will only do it once. They do it once and they say, that was fun, I'll do it again, or they'll say, I'll do it with you. And what I'm starting to hear more now is fathers, sons, mothers, daughters, families. Now we've got one family here that's going to have 3 generations going in.
My goodness.
Grandpa, Dad, and the grandson are going in, so it's popular.
So it's really beautiful. It's sort of, you see the aspects of being a personal challenge, you see sort of a family tradition, and you see just socialization. It's a wonderful mix of...
It really is, yes. And as we facetiously say, it's the biggest 1-minute event in Door County. And it really just brings the people out. There's just something special about challenging Mother Nature, so to speak.
Right.
And just knowing, having done it myself for 13 years, intrinsically it's a very satisfying feeling to say, this is something I did that most people wouldn't even dream of doing.
That's right. And recovery afterwards, Joe? I mean, you seem like you've recovered every year quite well. Does this help to preserve you as well as it has been doing?
No, that's not a problem. I think it's just the enthusiasm and the adrenaline and seeing what this has become from when JR went in all by himself, to see that it has snowballed into this. It's just it's gratifying. On the other hand, Sue and I, my wife, say we're always glad when it's done and nothing's happened, no one's gotten hurt. It's become so big that there's as much of a sense of relief that it went off without a hook and no one got hurt.
Well, you have got a wonderful fire department here too that is well organized, and they're in the water and they're helping to guide people and guide people on the beach.
And we really couldn't do it without them because they are the ones that provide the safety that we have, and really they are so good about giving up their New Year's morning to help make it so successful. And we in turn help them by providing funds to purchase more of the cold water suits. So it's a very good marriage between us.
Great cold water synergy.
Indeed.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Joe. Enjoy the day, man.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And here we are with perhaps the most famous Jacksonport polar bear himself, but dressed as a groom at a fine wedding. We have JR, and JR, tell us about the founding of this event and how you happened to do that.
Well, Dennis, I was 13 years old, and you know the whole thought process on what's a good idea and what's not a good idea at 13 tends to be a bit clouded.
A bit gray.
Yeah, so I thought, well, let's try it, and it wasn't that bad, and always wanted to stick with tradition. I went in the next couple years, and it's grown into an event that's just going to be a lot of fun again this year.
Do you think it's because of your good attitude and your charisma that you've drawn all these people here?
Well, it's been definitely a team effort. My family, my brother John and parents Joe and Sue have been real ambassadors for the Polar Bear Club, and the Jacksonport Fire Department is what I think set us apart from anyone else around the country, just because safety is such a paramount concern of ours. And in talking to other clubs around the country, and thanks to our website by Lanny Chapman, we really have been out there nationally and internationally, and I don't know of a better organized swim which keeps it safe and keeps it fun for the whole family.
Yeah, it is a great website. I've gone to it, friends of mine have gone to it, and they've really enjoyed seeing the participation and the glee and the happiness that you all seem to share here.
Glee is a great word, and it really embodies the spirit of good news. So often these days the headlines are not good news, so to have something like this that's as empty as just jumping in the lake for no significant underlying moral reasons, then it's a good time, and there's a great sense of camaraderie.
And a great sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, people really feel glad when they're done.
Yeah.
Myself included.
So, JR, we only see this growing and growing, and are there any future plans to accommodate all the great influx of people here in the Jackson? A new parking ramp, perhaps?
We're working on an 8-story parking ramp.
Yeah, we'll get that news out on the website.
No, Mother Nature dictates our crowd, and this year Mother Nature was kind. We could have an 18 inches of snow or 20 below next year, so we keep it simple and let Mother Nature give her the respect that she deserves.
Well, even though this is January 1st, we see what a beautiful beach that Jacksonport has to share with all the visitors and the locals as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you like it in January, you'll love it in July and August.
Well done. Thank you
Dennis.
so much.
Happy New
God
Year.
bless to you, man. And here we are.
How you doing, Dennis?
I'm really good. And John, how are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad myself. I have no complaints. It's a great day for a swim, huh?
It's a beautiful day for a swim, especially to see you swim and not me.
Yeah. You don't know what you're missing, Dennis. I'm telling you.
I've done it in my little frigid pond a few times. Now those glasses are much more effective than my glasses.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
And they're much more attractive as well.
110% UV protection. You just can't find these anywhere else.
You know, where did you find them with the pre-made duct tape hinge on?
Well, that was a special order. It took about 4 weeks. Got them over the internet, of course, and I can't be happier.
Well, I'm sure you paid a lofty price finding such beautiful glasses as such. The hat, though, you know, I just have these ordinary hats, and it looks so good on your head. How did you find that?
Well, thank you. It's you know, it was one of those special finds when you're out, you know, jaunting around the world. You see something, you know that you got to have it.
So you know, your jaunting is legendary. After
Thank
today,
you very little.
Yeah. Well, after today, where do you think you're going to be jaunting to?
Well, you know, time will tell. You know, you hate to plan too far down the road. You just see where life takes you. You know.
So after the frigid plunge, are you planning on a nice warm whirlpool later?
Well, we'll see. If luck's on my side, perhaps.
Yeah, I hope it will be, and I know it will be, because the harder you work and the colder you are, the luckier you get.
Amen to that, huh?
All right,
have a good one. Happy New Year
to you. The excitement builds here on the beach. The crowds are gathering. The firemen are in place. We have a countdown of approximately 15 minutes. As we see, it's a beautiful sunny day, although it's cool, but not by Jacksonport standards. These people normally prepared for very cold weather, and it's a very tepid day for a Jacksonport dive. Most of the Packer fans here are attributing this to the good behavior and talented accomplishment of Brett Favre last night. Off goes the dog, the first plunge, just a little early.
All right.
See? Thank you. And here we are with another illustrious group of Santas, and you folks are all going to go in the water today, I take it.
Definitely. Absolutely.
You bet.
And your first name?
Nathan.
Mike.
Claire.
I'm totally Ted.
Totally Ted, and you're totally red.
Totally.
Radical Rod.
Radical Rod, of course. And where are you guys all from?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. What part of Milwaukee?
Well, I'm from Denmark.
Well, of course you are. And we going to have any Akavy a little later?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, well, then you're from a different part of Denmark. So is this your first plunge?
Fifth plunge.
Fifth plunge, oh my God. And you could...
He's our rookie this year.
I'm a rookie.
Of course you are. And Denmark, Wisconsin. Why didn't I know? And so what things are you looking forward to the most about being so frigid?
Getting out.
Yeah, getting warm.
Just being totally in it. Dunking under.
And so how are you going to plan to warm up after this big chill out?
Cooler, full of warm water, and then pudgy seagulls.
All right. Sounds like a very good plan. I wish you well, and I thank you all for being here, Santas.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
And here we are at the Polar Bear Plunge again with one of the more humorously adorned characters. And your name, sir?
It's Fred the Clown today.
Fred the Clown today. That's a good last name.
Yeah,
and
just enjoying Door County. I mean, another great event to kind of reboot or reset.
Yes,
right?
indeed.
I mean, start the new year off right. Just do it, right?
You do it well, and you're a great guide for the rest of us.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so the red nose, is that a result of...
That's the power.
That
the power.
The power and
Power's
the powers.
in the nose.
I
Try
see.
It. All you need is a nose.
Well, I've got
Everything
one, man, but my mother gave it to me a long time ago.
Door County, you need a lot of cherries. This is what
The
happens.
cherries, I thought it was from maybe something from last night.
No.
Good, wonderful.
So we're looking forward to a wonderful event. Looks like we got a great crowd, and encourage everybody to come out next year.
Indeed, and your encouragement will bring them, Fred.
I hope so.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
Great talking to you. Happy New Year. And from all over the world, people are coming to take this plunge, and this particular group is from the far-off town of
Sebastopol.
Yeah, and you ladies are all the basketball team?
Yeah. Yeah.
And how's the season going?
It's going well.
And your first names?
Haley,
Kathy.
Jenna, Hannah,
Corey.
Sarah, Allison.
Very good. Let's see if I can repeat that. I bet I can. Is this your first plunge?
Yes.
And how about you?
This is my second.
Second. And are you going to guide the other ladies into the water and show them what to do?
Oh, yeah. To drag them out there.
How do you think this is going to affect your jump shot?
Hopefully it'll add to it.
And if you brought a ball down here and submerged it in the water for a half hour and then played with it, what kind of bounce would you expect?
No bounce.
Very little bounce, less buoyant, yeah. Well, and so this, are anybody gonna try 3-pointers out there?
No, I'm not a 3-point shooter.
Well, I wish you well in your season, and I wish you well on this beautiful day. A happy New Year to y'all.
Thank you.
And enjoy the day, and we'll be cheering you on. Thank you. Just very briefly, we have some other visitors from a faraway place called Illinois, and you've driven up just for today.
Yes.
And what drew you to Jacksonport today?
This polar bear plunge.
The polar bear
thought
plunge.
it's really a polar bear.
Yeah, well, there's some stuffed ones out and toward the road. Hope you enjoy your day and have a happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Do it in the ocean. 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 Let's go swimming. Let's go swimming. Let's go swimming. Let's go swimming.
Maybe Favre could come back.
And here we have a veteran polar bear. Your name, sir?
I'm Buzz Davis, and this is my 14th year. And then I'm on my 3rd dog already.
Oh my goodness!
I didn't kill him.
No, Duffy seems happy and resilient.
Yeah, he's only 2.5 years, so he's looking forward about another 10 years.
Wonderful. So do you and Duffy get your hair done in the same place?
It's that cheap Walmart shampoo.
It really works out pretty well for you, doesn't it?
He had his, but it washed off. So.
It straightened out pretty nice. It was pretty frizzy before, Buzz.
I know.
Yeah, wonderful. So what was your experience like today that was different from other years?
Well, we've had it other years when there's no snow, but it's pretty windy today too, and so if it's 10 degrees and no wind, it's better than today with warmer and windy. Yeah.
But you did very well, and I know you'll be back next year, and we're looking forward to seeing you.
And the same dog, he wants to go again too.
Great, thanks, Buzz. And here we are with another participant of today's Polar Bear Plunge. And your name, sir?
Brian Verheiden.
Brian, and how many years have you...
This is my first year. It was great.
And you're no worse for wear, are you?
No, it was so fun the first time. I went in a second time, so...
you are a glutton for punishment, Brian.
It was great. It was great.
Where are you from, Brian?
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Green Bay, and you're celebrating today in many ways, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Wow, it's a great experience last night, wasn't it?
Sure was.
And so, how do all your body parts? Have you checked them out after you've taken this cold plunge?
Well, everything was pretty good. There's one body part I haven't found yet, but everything was good.
They tell me it's only a few days. It only takes a few days.
Okay.
All right. Good luck, Brian, and good New Year to you.
Thank
you. And here we are with another group of plungers today, the very famous plunging duo of Kashmira and Jessica. And tell me give me your verbal input on how this experience related to, say, going to a basketball game.
Cold.
Cold was a good description.
It's a little bit more rushing. You're a little bit hyper. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope you're hyper. Yes, indeed. Is this your very first year to go in the water?
Yeah.
And this won't be your last, will it?
No.
This is almost somewhat addictive, is it not?
It's really fun.
It's really fun.
Can't wait to do it next year.
And do you think the camaraderie between you has grown by going through this experience?
What's camaraderie mean?
What does that have to do with it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So where do you go to school?
Sebastopol.
And what years are you?
9th or freshman. Yeah, freshman.
And after this, you'll have to repeat the year. Is that correct? Too bad, but that's the way it goes. It affects brain cells in those ways. Well, it's been a beautiful day. I'm glad to share this with you. I'm glad I'm warm and dry. I'm glad you had this experience, and it's all been positive. So, great seeing you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good one. Thanks. And this is Dennis Connolly again with
Jen Carlman.
Hi, Jen. And for an amateur like me to be with a professional like you, it's indeed an honor.
Oh, why, thank you. I don't know if I'm quite the professional, but.
And your crew today, you've got your cameraman.
I'm with Sean Hauser with Action 2 News
and
down in Green Bay.
How lucky did you draw? Why were you so lucky to draw this assignment?
Well, because the magic happens on New Year's Day for all of us who get to work, and what a great event. We'd love to cover something like this.
It truly is. Now, picking you, did it have anything to do with the gloves you have on?
No, but I'm sure a lot of people here would like to wear my gloves after they got out of the water.
Yes, the fuzz factor is a delightful one. It really is.
I mean, hey, that's what we get when we work at Action 2 News, the fuzz.
And that brings about much more action, and we all enjoy watching it.
Oh, why, thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for covering this so well.
Absolutely. We like I said, we love covering things like this. It was a great time. This community is wonderful, and for something like this, way to ring in 2007.
Indeed. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. You as well.
And here we are with another TV personality, a person that brings us the news and enjoyment every night from Green Bay, and this is Shelley.
Shelley Botot from Channel 5.
Shelley Botot from Channel 5, and we enjoy Channel 5 a great deal, along with the other stations. They're wonderful stations out of Green Bay. Shelley.
Yes, we're always working for you.
I can tell. And how is it that you were so lucky to get this assignment today, and we were so lucky to meet you?
Actually, we're kind of holiday staffed right now. I was the only one in Green Bay today, but I'm glad to be here because I think it's so much fun. This is really a great event.
Yes, it is. And it brings,
Did you go in?
Does it look like I've gone in? I've gone in the summer, and I've enjoyed going in the summer. I'd like to continue to enjoy going in the summer. And evidently you did not either.
No, not today, but I did polar plunge once, about 3 years ago.
Good. And
it was freezing.
How did it change your life?
I'm a better person for it.
How could you be better?
Of course I didn't do it again, but
yes, better sense prevailed.
Exactly.
Yes, good. So what other events are you going to cover today, Shelley?
That I'm not sure of yet. We have to call back and find out what they want us to do.
Yeah. And I hope it's as exciting as this one.
Oh, I don't think anything will be as exciting as this. Today.
That's a fact. Good. Shelley, it's a joy to see you, and thanks for being here, and thanks for talking with us.
Sure, anytime.
Our joy. Thank you. And so and here we are with another interview of international variety. We have a very famous person visiting us from down under, and your name is?
Zoe Anderson.
Zoe, how do you do, and what part of Australia are you from?
I'm from the east coast, just above Sydney.
Above Sydney?
Yep.
How far above Sydney? What's the community's name?
It's a city called Newcastle. It's
Newcastle,
two
yes.
hours north.
Yes, lovely.
Yeah.
And what brought you to the States, and what brought you to the polar bear plunge?
I'm here on Rotary Youth Exchange. I only have 2 weeks left, actually, of my 12 months, and I came to do it because I will never get another opportunity to, so why not?
And will the people back home find you totally daft?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
They're gonna think I'm crazy.
Yes, and it's nothing like going snorkeling or scuba diving on the Great Barrier Reef.
No, I thought our water back home on the beach is about 70 degrees, and I used to think that was cold.
Yes.
So this is a bit different.
Do you ever go to Bondi Beach?
Yes, I do.
Lovely place.
Yep, I go there a lot.
Great. So what kind of advice are you going to give to your fellow Australians about the wackiness of Americans, particularly those of Jacksonport?
If they ever come here this time of year, they have to do the polar bear plunge, because now I've done it, they have to do it, and to wear shoes.
And so how do you think this is not the experience here, but the going in the water has changed your life?
I won't be such a wimp back home when I go back in the water. I'll be like, this isn't cold at all.
Yeah.
So.
And no risk of jellyfish here.
No, and no sharks either.
No sharks, none that we could see anyway.
No.
That's good. So we appreciate talking with you. We hope your family's well. Hope you're returning to Australia. You'll bring good cheer from all us Yanks, and come back and see us and plunge again.
Okay, I will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.